I'm here again today to talk to my friend Veida about processed foods. She is an expert on this topic. Veida, tell us what you really think of processed foods.
Well, where do I begin? First and foremost, there's processed foods and ultra-processed foods.
And we know how you feel about ultra-processed.
Ultra-processed is my major beef. So for those of you who don't know, there's whole foods, like an apple, right? A banana, a piece of meat. Nothing's been done to this food in a factory. Then there's processed foods, like wheat is a processed food. The plant has been granulated into this other thing. Then when you mix the wheat with the yeast and the flour, or not the flour, I guess wheat becomes flour. You mix it all together and you get a piece of bread. That bread is technically processed because it's not in its whole form.
Right.
Then you take a piece of, let's say, like Wonder Bread, and you add sugar to it. You add corn syrup. You add all these preservatives, all these things that you can't pronounce. That piece of bread goes from processed to ultra-processed. My beef is with ultra-processed foods.
Exactly.
So I think this is a major thing, and I think it's a big issue, especially with children, right?
Yes.
So they are saying that all these ultra-processed foods are upping our cancer levels. They're upping, ADHD. They're upping anxiety. And I feel that if you eliminate these ultra-processed foods from your diet, you can naturally cure bazillions of things.
I agree with that. I don't always eat the ultra-processed. I eat a lot of eggs because I'm a vegetarian, so I don't consider eggs an ultra-processed food.
No, it's not. Eggs aren't an ultra-processed food at all. They're an egg.
Right.
But I would say that your protein shakes are ultra-processed.
Yes. Now, in all fairness, I know a lot of people have an issue with my protein shake. I use a brand called MRE, and it's 40 grams of protein. I know it's ultra-processed. However, I like the shake because it's 40 grams, and I have to get 100 grams a day. And since I'm a vegetarian, it's more difficult for me to do that. So this is an easy shake that I drink at my gym. I know that people don't love it, but it just is easier for me, and I'm getting the protein.
That's fair. So I personally don't get my protein from anything other than a natural protein source. So first of all, I don't do 100 grams of protein. I think that's complete nonsense. I think that you don't need 100 grams of animal protein to be a functional human. So every time I have tried to do this, I weigh more than 100 pounds. So I'm closer to like 120, 130 grams of protein based on these formulations. What is it, an ounce of protein per pound, right?
If you want to build muscle.
If you want to build muscle.
But in all fairness, okay, Veida is naturally muscular. So for somebody who isn't, they need more protein.
That's
you
fair.
have a lot of muscle.
I do.
Already, and it's natural muscle.
It's very natural muscle.
Okay,
so for me, when I start eating 120 grams of protein, I literally don't fit into my clothes.
Okay,
like
that's
all of a sudden I bulk up.
Right, she's bulking up more. So I understand that she probably gets 70 a day?
You know what? This is gonna come really shocking to you. I have no idea how much
she
protein
loves
I eat.
everything, so I don't believe her.
No, I actually, this is one thing that I'm not a psychopath about.
Okay.
I have no idea how much protein I'm
She's
getting.
a psychopath. And let me tell you what she did this morning. So we have catering that was dropped off this morning. And I know she doesn't think that anybody watched her, but I just watched her go and pull up the website and look
No, it wasn't a website. It was a menu sitting on the counter.
And she's looking exactly what they brought and probably what the ingredients are before she put that in her mouth.
And then I just ate the fruit.
So what they brought wasn't good for her, so she just ate the fruit.
This is true.
But I actually ate one of the
You ate one of the things.
I ate one of the things.
Look at you.
I did. If you're on vacation with your family,
Yeah.
how do you manage what your family is eating or what your daughter is eating or what you're eating?
So I will say this. As far as my family is concerned, I'm not as OCD about it, right? I mean, I have a 7-year-old, I have a 16-year-old stepson who's gonna eat whatever he wants, and I have a 21-year-old stepson who has his own apartment, so I'm clearly not controlling what he's eating or anything else about him. So that said, with my daughter at home, I control the ingredients that are in the house. There are some ultra-processed foods, though. I will admit that. I mean, there's pretzels, there's things like that, but I really try to limit it to the least harmful ingredients. So when we're traveling as a family, I will say that we generally get real meals. We're not eating fast food. Right. If we do get fast food, it's generally something like deli where you can get a grilled chicken sandwich. I do let her eat chicken nuggets and stuff like that, obviously. I mean, the kids had Chick-fil-A. She's never had McDonald's, though.
Well, I've given her daughter candy before.
Oh, yeah, she loves Sandra. She's like, when are we going to Sandra's house?
I'm guilty. I've given her candy.
She's totally the person that gives her candy. So that said, so say we're traveling or we're on vacation, I just make conscious choices where we are. This is a perfect example. So last night we went to dinner and I got back to my hotel and I just like wanted a little something, you know? So I raided my mini bar and I read all the ingredients on everything. I did. I pulled it and I read every single ingredient. And I was like, I just want something sweet, but I don't know what I want. And I found dried mangoes. So that was my after dinner treat.
And at dinner last night, I did not eat anything ultra processed.
You did not?
I did not.
No, you generally don't eat ultra processed food. I think that your shakes are ultra processed and then the bars. So do you eat bars?
Not really. So the bars I don't really eat, but the shake I have once a day, and then I have protein donuts that somebody makes out of egg whites, which isn't ultra processed. So I really don't eat that much in ultra processed.
It's not bad. I don't eat bars at all. I feel very strongly about bars, actually. I think that bars are essentially candy bars disguised as health food. I think it's complete BS how they're marketed. And I think it's fine to eat a candy bar, but don't market it as this health food that's great for you, because it's not. It's full of sugar, it's full of chemicals. Say, hey, this is, you know, maybe a better alternative to a Snickers bar, but this is not a better alternative to sitting down and having a real meal.
I agree with that.
And I also feel like real food keeps you satiated longer, as opposed to just, if you grab chips or you grab a potato, what's gonna fill you up more?
The chips.
The potato.
Oh.
So you have.
Wait, what if it's whipped though? If it's like a whipped potato?
A whipped potato's fine because that's processed. That's not ultra processed, unless it's like out of a box from the grocery store.
So that's gonna fill you up more than a bag of chips?
100%, because it's like in its whole form, it's big. It's gonna fill your stomach. So you have the whole potato, then you have the chips, and then you have like a whipped potato. But then there's also an ultra processed version of that. Like, remember those like instant like mashed potatoes from Thanksgiving?
Oh, that's
yeah. I mean, that's like,
no, that's something I would not eat.
No. You know, it's funny because I think my daughter secretly likes it. I feel like my mother-in-law sometimes gives her ultra-processed food. I still love you, Yvonne. But I swear I saw her eating some Bob Evans mashed potatoes recently.
Veida, you're definitely an informed consumer.
Yes.
So how do you know what's good for you when you read the ingredients and what isn't?
So I think for the average person who hasn't spent years researching this. Of course, I'm not a licensed dietitian. I have no medical background whatsoever, but I've done a lot of personal research on this because it's an issue I feel really strongly about. And I think the number one thing is read the ingredients and see if they appear in your own home kitchen. Can you go to the grocery store and buy those ingredients and make this thing yourself? So, you know what? A potato chip, if the chip is just potatoes and oil, by all means, eat it. But if it's a chip that says it's like potato flakes with this and like something that you can't pronounce, maybe don't go for that chip. Go for the one that just has 3 ingredients.
This was great, Veida. Thank you so much, because this was actually great information for our audience, and I really appreciate you coming on again.
I'm so glad I was able to help.